This is the slow cook, this is the fast cook. We go to the there, the there, the do, the da. Okay? Oh, look at that, it works.
I was asked by a friend to draw a title card for a video he was working on, and it was about the demonic gorillas from RuneScape. And as you see here, I started looking up some reference pictures and started doing this thumbnail. I came to the conclusion that the gorilla skull looked most similar to the one in the game, but second thought, kinda looks a lot more like the bat skull, just turned down, like in a weird way. It doesn't really look like any of the skulls, but I still settled with the gorilla skull, just modified it a little bit to look more like the demonic gorilla, and started working with these wings. I'd really never got them to look the way I wanted them to. They were kind of hard to place, and I settled with some version of the wing I was the most happy with. I was trying to figure out what it looked like from the front, and yeah, I don't know. So I felt like moving forward, just scaled it up to the proper size. Started working on these scar-like things. I don't really know what they are. As with most of these things when I'm trying to design this. I mean, it's up for interpretation, I guess. What everything is supposed to be in this model. But I thought it was most like something like a scar. Kept working on the skull. Try to make it look more like the gorilla, less like a gorilla, more like the demonic gorilla, rather. So I decided just to see what kind of colors I would work with, or just what it would look like with some colors. So I just added some quickly, and here I started actually inking it. This was a pretty time-consuming job. I don't think I've ever inked something this big before. But I mean, if you have a sketch that is properly drawn or properly done, I mean, it's not really that hard to do it, you know. And all this time I was inking this, I was kind of dreading having to color it later, because that's something I'm not that confident at doing, rather. And yeah, soon you will see it gets kind of harder with the wings because the sketch wasn't that well thought out. So it kind of got difficult there. The first wing here, which is kind of not even in the camera, gets easier. So you see here I had to actually redo the sketch itself, and here I went in to try and salvage it. So you see I struggled a lot with it, took a while, finally got it to a decent state. And here I started testing some colors, and you know, I tried around a bunch, tested a bunch of stuff. But I feel like it didn't really work out, so I just scrapped that idea and started working on the shadows first. I wanted the light to come from kind of beneath him, in front of him, so a strong shadow really makes a lot of really has a big effect on achieving that sort of lighting. And I really strong shadows are just, I feel like the easiest way to make a picture look good, you know. So I just go with that every time. Okay, so right now I'm trying to clean up the shadows a bit, because I was kind of messy when I was doing it, going out of the lines and stuff. So okay, so here I masked the entire picture and try to mask all the separate areas of the picture for easier coloration, and we are kind of nearing the end here. Okay, so I didn't really feel like I got the shadows colors right. So at some point I actually just went to square one with the coloring and just made it all white, black and white. Oh yeah, I had to add the rim lighting because couldn't really make out the shape of his back when it was all dark behind him. And here I just use the gradient tool to make the shadows a bit lighter at the bottom, and also made the rim light actually white. But in the end I didn't even settle for that. I just made it all the same color. I just scratched everything, made it all blue or whatever, and called it a day.